time for living. The time keeps on flying. Think you're loving, baby, and all you do is crying. Can you feel? The feeling's real. Look at your game, girl. Look at your game, girl. What a mad delusion. Living in that confusion. Frustration and doubt. Can you ever live without
Yep, this one got some holes. Yeah, I think I see a couple more. I just like it. Oh well. Ah, Vietnamese. Classic. Vietnamese pick up any more holes? 1, 2, 3. Anyway, that's Vietnamese. Oh, it was. Is that racist? Cameraman, come here. You want to see something? Come here. This is my bro. Take a picture of him. This is his party. He's the guest of honor. Today's his birthday. These targets that we shot here today are among the finest cardboard known to man. We're going to miss these targets. We're going to miss having these targets standing there statically while we shoot at them. We're like jolly green retards just stomping all over the earth, shooting garbage everywhere. Okay, there's too much stuff to really get an effective tripod use out of this, so you're gonna have to go with the handy cam, and I'm gonna try to keep things as stable as I can while I talk. All right, starting off, XM1957. Gotta start with the carbine, right? Car 15, it's a E2 extended barrel. That was done so they could mount grenade launchers. They just pop this guy off and then hook it on the grenade loop there, and they could put a 203 or a XM147, hang that underneath of it. Got the cleaning rod taped on and the thread bits taped so it doesn't unscrew. And this is just long enough to knock a stuck casing out without being too long and protruding. And that was done for stuck casings mostly. No, I'm not wearing Tiger Stripe. Oh, review ruined. It's a H&R. I did the XM16 E1 blower that they do. And I did that because it's like XM177 E1s shared the M16 lowers. They were pretty much indistinguishable. I don't like that commando lower they do because none of them said commando at the time. It's kind of silly. So like, you know, it has a forward assist, teardrop, no shell deflector. That's an original Bakelite M16 grip that they have on Numrich or one of them. And this is a fancy Brownell's 25 round magazine. It's a little sticky in this mag well. Stainless steel. I think that's like a proto 601 kind of deal. And then Mosin sling, Russian Mosin sling, which you'll see some pictures of. Some guys used regular M16 silent sling kind of deals. Some guys used PPSH slings. They made them themselves out of bandages. There's no standardization, you know. So I don't need to hear you in the comments about how, oh, that's not, there really was no standardization. The whole freaking war was chaos. There's no really hard and fast rules with stuff. And so anyway, Mosin sling, I got it taped up. Not so shiny, doesn't make any noise. Just loops through the car brace. If I really wanted to, I should probably tape that up because that's pretty shiny. But so been getting good use out of that. Moderator, of course. The original moderators had some baffles in them, which made them a little quieter. People say they were useless. They weren't useless. They just would get gummed up with carbon eventually, and they really weren't able to be cleaned, and they didn't clean them because whatever. And so the baffles stopped working. But they made them sound about the same as a M16. And when somebody's, or 7, 8 somebody's are right next to you, blasting away with 10.3 or 11.5 inch barrel 5.56, you'd be happy to have a 20 inch instead next to you. Okay, so moving on to the 56-67 rig here. There's a lot here, so I'm just going to take it a little bit at a time and then probably go up to the suspenders and be done. So, starting out, we got a bandage/compass pouch. I'm not going to open it because I have a real map compass in here instead of the round kind of engineering style ones with the wire you would use to take your landmark for your bearings. Electrical tape. I've never seen pictures of this. I was using this to hang targets and I just looped it on the grenade loop. I think electrical tape was available, so whatever. Having tape's never a problem. This is a 67 shorty pouch. You can see that 56 is canvas, 67 is nylon. They're both a duck material. This absorbed a lot less water. It was a lot more mildew resistant. It dried a lot quicker. A little more water resistant, but honestly, they get soaked pretty quick too. Instead of this goofy button, you have a buckle closure you have on the 56 universal carrying pouch, which I'll get to in a minute. Fans of the Alice should recognize this. No problem. And it held. Here you can see the stenciling. Nylon. M16, I think that says. M16 rifle, yeah. SSN, whatever. This one was in good shape. Except no, this one's in good shape. I like these a lot. They hold 4 20-round magazines at a reasonable height to get to. They do have a fast loop, which you can kind of put around the first round like that, and then you yoink it out. The only issue is because these are so short, and just the 20 rounders being how they are, if you leave this open with 3 in it, they'll dump out. You will lose them. You need to make sure you reclose it. It's not quite like Alice with 30 rounders that don't really want to go anywhere, and you can kind of leave it open if you're doing whatever quickly. You'll lose 3 to 4 magazines, no problem. Standard grenade loop buttons like the Alice's. It's just a little ribbon. I've got a M1956 lemon grenade. This one came unpainted. I didn't match the colors here, but who cares? They probably came in this color too. And they were probably rusty, honestly, as well. So clone correct. And then we have a 56 universal carrying pouch. Same closure system as Alice and the 67, of course, with these little clips. And goes on the 56 belt, which I will show you. That's how that closes. Skeeters are out. Damn. Ran out of time. Anyway, to open this, you pull this ribbon, and then that will let you pull these two bars apart. These could hold 3 to 4 magazines. They're canvas, so you can wet form them. As you can see, this one, these are pretty old at this point, so I don't think I need to be stuffing 4 in there. But what I have done is I have a 30 rounder, which they did exist. They weren't super duper common. That's why I only have 1 on this kit. But I have that kind of set up as like a speed mag. Sort of secure. I haven't lost one yet doing stuff. Not the most secure, but hey, it's a speed mag. That's a trade-off. So that one can be got to without opening it. And then we have these two 20 rounders, and you can see they really don't stick up, but it'd be a lot worse if I didn't have 2 stripper clips and then a stripper clip to keep everything from banging around and keep things tight. You could probably stuff a sock or a bandage or something in there as well, but hey, more ammo is just about the best thing you can use as a filler, right? Then we have the 56 canteen pouch. No, NBC cap, that's not clone correct, whatever. Yeah, you can tell it's 56 again. Cotton duck. Doesn't have a drainage hole, even though the small arms carriers did. Right, the canteens really haven't changed much. Like I said, the only difference really is the cap there. And as you can see, it has like a pile lining to keep things cool or warm, depending on the outside temperature. So yeah, I mean, you've seen a canteen pouch. Got another 67 on the back here. You can keep another magazine in there. I got the legs for my claymore and a lighter. And I don't know. I would use this as like a GP or just a plus up ammo, depending on Met TC. Yeah, under that we have a crappy reproduction of a JFAC on a 1910 hanger. If you ever wondered what the little holes, the riveted holes in web pistol belts are for, it's for 1910 pattern stuff, which hangs. And I missed another 1910 thing I have here. But inside of this, I actually just have modern first aid components. They're all good. I don't see the point in carrying non-modern first aid stuff when I'm doing stuff with, live fire. But I like that it doesn't take up any space on the belt and it hangs under. It's pretty accessible with both hands, more than most guys at the time would have carried. A lot of times they carried one compressed bandage in a bandage pouch, and that was it. And a lot of guys bled to death. So anyway, this whole kit is sort of coming from a modern perspective, how I would set it up with things that were available at the time, and that's how I've approached it. So there's going to be some things that you wouldn't have seen anywhere pictures of, evidence of, but these kind of pouches, these jungle first aid kit kind of deals from World War II were around, they were available, and totally could have been utilized. I have 1910 style canteen pouches hung on the sides of my hips here from the belt, and these are just sort of used as like proto dump pouches where they can be filled with live ammo or grenades or whatever. Like I said, modern mindset applied to vintage gear. A couple kind of crappy proto dump pouches. Yeah, got another canteen pouch, another canteen. Like I said, same deal, no drain hole. There's a few different patterns of these. I believe these ones are the same. Actually, these ones are different because this one has canvas piping here and this one has nylon piping, but other than that, it's the same. I'm not really autistic about that shit. I don't really care. One's a first, one's a second, or one's a second, one's a third. Who cares? Yeah, another 56 carrying pouch. Like I said, I got 3 in there, and then I got 2 stripper clips for spacing, and then I got 2 in the bottom as well for height. If you're gonna carry stripper clips, make sure you have a spoon, a loading spoon. Otherwise, they're not useless, but a lot less useful. Also on this guy, I have a V40 mini grenade, and I love love these things. I love them a lot. They were really cute. They're golf ball sized fragmentation grenades. You could carry a ton of them. I mean, imagine how many you could fit into a canteen pouch. A dozen. You just have a dozen grenades. You could throw them really far because they're super lightweight and small. And guys really adored their mini grenades. I have lost a mini grenade. Uh-oh, not good. I blew up. Yeah, so I don't have any of my pins taped, and that's definitely something I should do. I mean, they're not real, obviously, but that's why you would tape the pins of your grenades. You bend them, you tape them, you tape the fuck out of them. Not so much that you can't pull it, you know, when you need it, but even still, that's not enough. A little band isn't enough. As you can see, I have lost a grenade and possibly blown myself up. So, not good. Learn from my mistake. Make sure you tape up your frags, dummy as they may be. You're the real dummy if you lose one, because these guys ain't cheap. And another M1956 lemon with clone correct rust, of course, and another 67 shorty. Not one magazine is the same brand in there. These are getting harder to find. 20s. Brownells stopped making them. OK stopped making them. The Duramags are stainless steel and black, so I don't really like them because they don't come in the nice gray. And ASC, I believe, has taken over for OK. They're both out of New Britain, Connecticut, but the quality is, I mean, I have only had these for a few months, and most of the finish is worn off, and this I've had for years. And the finish is still in better shape. And I believe these tilt. These don't even like to be loaded to 20, to be honest. It's like almost like the old Fuddler of 18. And I've seen them not want a seat. Rusty ass ammo needs to get shot up. But it's just, you know, from running around in the jungle, man. Ammunition, it would rust. Guys clean their rifles, and they're supposed to clean their ammunition. You know what? We're just gonna not do that with my left hand. I'm really bad with my left hand. I am not ambidextrous. I just have a 67 canteen pouch here on the back of the suspenders, with a dummy claymore in it. It's just 3D printed, kind of a piece of shit, to be honest. But hey, it almost sort of looks cool. So anyway, I'm carrying that on there. I've never seen anybody do that, but I'm trying it out. That's all I got in there, really. The claymores would need, probably the reason this isn't done is because the claymores need a detonator, they need wires, they need the primer or whatever that would screw into there. And those would need stored separate. They couldn't be stored on the claymore because you could get them to explode somehow if that was stored on there. So they needed some prep work, so they really weren't carried too much like this, but I just thought it was cool. Snap link. These might have been used for, you see everybody with them. They were used for like Swiss seats for extractions and things like that. And a lot of guys would keep them on like the right side on either this loop or this loop and on the suspenders, and they would like run their sling through it so they had complete retention no matter what, even if it wasn't around their neck. Because you could definitely bump into people and get into like a close quarters thing in the jungle, and you didn't want your rifle getting taken away. Like I said, there's a bandage pouch on the other suspender. There's a Buck Special. You don't see these very often, but they were available, and they were used. This isn't a period accurate one. They were slightly different, but it's pretty close. As you can see, this one was loved by previous owners and sharpened a lot, and you know, some of the blade is pretty worn down, but good knife. Here I have a Carlisle bandage thing on a 1910 that I've just attached to the suspenders, and this is my E&S kit. I don't have too much in here right now, but I've got some emergency matches. I've got a signal mirror, and things like that. Fishing hooks would also be good to keep in there. And That's probably about it. Maybe like a mini compass, I think would be good. And ES stands for escape and survival. We know it as SEER now. Just survival, escape, resistance, evasion, or evasion and escape. I don't care. This would be like, this is all empty. Maybe you take the rifle, but you probably don't. You probably take like your knife and your ES kit. You rip that off, you take everything off, and you try to slip away through the jungle and get picked up in a couple days. So it would just have things that you could use to find your way and, you know, maybe water purification too, or some way to do that, and maybe some way to get food, and that's about it. And you would just live in the jungle and hope that friendly aviation could pick you up. So that's the 56 kit. This is the lightweight rucksack, okay? It's a lightweight aluminum frame. Even though it's metal, it is very lightweight. It has a little, not quite a hip belt, but, you know, strap there. It's got shoulder straps. Everything on here is nylon duck because it was from the 67 thing, and they learned that jungle and canvas don't play well together. Fans of Alice packs will recognize the strap systems here. They even have the little tie downs for the quick releases. So that's pretty much the same. There's just a little less padding and they're a little thinner. On that, I have a demo bag. This is a Claymore bag. It's literally just a little satchel with 2 cells. Magazine tumbled out. It's cool that they have the Claymore use instructions just printed on the inside of the bag. How to set it up, how to do all that. Inside of that, I have pyro because I don't have any real Claymores. It's got 2 straps to close it. Inside of this flap, there's like a waterproof map case, and that also has instructions for the pack on the inside. Inside of it, I have a M1956 jacket liner. You don't see many pictures of these, but they were available. And that's kind of my jungle sleep system, to be honest. A whoopee, an M1955, and a poncho. And that's pretty much it. Also in this, I have an M17 gas mask with filters. I have a video where we LARPed as tunnel rats in an old mine, where I wore this, and a little bulky, but a pretty good modern style mask, to be honest. No real complaints about it besides it's kind of bulky. Yeah, like I said, the filters, you can still get new old stock, and this is like a charcoal lined bag, which adds to the bulk more, but that's really big. I'm not gonna carry that on my web gear, but I will put it in the backpack near the top. CS gas was mostly used for that. It was used by both sides, not extensively, but irregularly. And I've read about LZs being gassed and things like that with CS by the Viet Cong. Not exactly period correct, but freeze-dried rations did make their debut there in the Vietnam War. This is a little more correct. It's just a bag of rice and a bag of fish. This would have been a indigenous ration, IPR. These were mostly preferred by like SOG recon teams because it made you smell like the Vietnamese, the North Vietnamese, because that's what they were eating. And if you smell like them, then they're not really going to smell you. As opposed to something like this, some sort of more Americanized thing. I've got a 2-quart, another 2-quart attached to the outside, and then I have a couple 56 canteen pouches, and in them I have, let's see if this will come out easy. Almost. I have a 7-pocket bandolier. It won't close with 7 mags, but it'll close with 6. So this one's empty. And that, they're not full of ammo right now because that shit costs money. And I don't need to be keeping all of my ammo in mags, necessarily 20-round LARP mags as well. But that's, you know, really quick, easy to go. You got 12, you know, you got a dozen loaded mags on either side. This one I just threw the ammo in because I don't have that many 20-round mags either because those are expensive, but maybe one day. And that's pretty much it for what is inside of this. The whoopee, obviously, that we're on top of goes in that. And then I would roll the poncho up and put it just under the lid. So it's completely covered up so thorns and things can't get to it. Like, guys will wear the shit on the outside, but that shit would get shredded so fast. You gotta protect your poncho, man. In the jungle, a poncho is life. But I would put it near the top where I could get under it if I needed to get something else out, but nothing really under it was really too important except maybe the mask. And I think it rains water more often than it rains CS powder. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to lay all this stuff out. The light is pretty much gone now, so you can kind of see the combat look. That's about it. The intro was much cooler.